Okay, we're live.
All right.
Let me just share my screen. Okay, and yeah, it's 6:30, so we can get started. Welcome everyone who's here. This is the webinar for Stouffer College House, where we're going to kind of answer some questions you may have about moving into Stouffer coming this fall. Just a little bit about who we are, who these voices behind the screen are. My name is Maria. I'm the Welcome Wagon Manager at Stouffer, which means that I'm going to be working with new residents, making sure you guys have everything that you need and you're settled into the dorm. I'm a junior in the college studying physics with a minor in mathematics. I've lived in Stouffer. This will be my third year. I'm going to be living in D section, and you'll see me around the dorm a lot, either in the kitchen or downstairs in the seminar room studying. I'll send you guys a lot of emails throughout the year, usually about ice cream trips, because who doesn't like ice cream, or that I've put on a fresh cup of coffee. And please feel free to reach out to me if you guys have any questions. Our next manager is Harold, who unfortunately could not join us on the call tonight because he has no power. So he will be greatly missed, but he is our recreations manager. This is his second year as a manager as well. He is a sophomore who is still undecided but enjoying his life at Penn. He helps a lot with intramural sports and the College House Cup, which we'll talk a little bit more about later. And he does a lot of movies, watching parties, Avatar watching parties, scary movies, and things like that. So be on the lookout and feel free to contact him if you need anything.
Hi guys, my slide is going away when I talk, but my name is Allison. I am one of two special events managers in Stouffer. I am also a sophomore. Coming in, on my slide it says that I'm probably going to be a history major, but I think I just changed my mind to be a political science major. You will also encounter this most likely at Penn, changing your mind about your major. I have done that several times. Basically, my role as special events is to plan a bunch of stuff with Rye, who is also about to introduce herself. We're going to plan like fall festivals, barbecues, really fun stuff like that. And then just like off the cuff type of events like maybe a yoga session or a cake making session or just stuff like that. And additionally, my job is to make you guys feel welcome at Stouffer. First of all, I guess before I say anything else, I'm super, super stoked and super excited that you guys are coming to Stouffer, because Stouffer is my favorite place on campus. It's definitely my home. And I, along with Maria and Rye and Harold from afar, are really, really, really excited to show Stouffer off to you. Yeah, and I guess if you want to read the slides, there's just like random facts. But yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, now it's my turn, guys. Honestly, I think my slide probably went away. I'm not entirely sure. I'm Ryan Yankabel. I am the other half of a special events duo that Allison was just describing. My full name is Rihanna, but I go by Rye, like the bread is how I'm known around Stouffer and everywhere else on campus. So yeah, I'm a lot like Allison. I'm a upcoming sophomore at Penn, and I'm currently undecided, but I'm attempting an internal transfer to the engineering school, as I'm currently in the College of Arts and Sciences, to work on a D&D major or a computer science major. I will live in Mayer, which is across the street, but you'll still see me around at all the events, especially cookie night on Wednesdays with Phil, our great dean. So yeah, you'll still see me around. Don't worry. And if you need to contact me, you can. All my information is on the slide. If you have any more questions, I don't really have anything to talk about more because Allison explained our whole job. So guess I'll just continue on with the slides.
Okay.
Wait, I mentioned one thing.
Go ahead, Allison.
I live in D section. So if you guys know what section you're living in, just know that if you're in D, you're in my section, and we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yeah, so like Allison touched on, and Rye as well, what is the vibe in Stouffer? We're a very, very welcoming, tight-knit community. I think we are one of the closest, if not the closest, college house on campus. We have a very high retention rate for people who stay on campus through all 4 years remaining in Stouffer, just because the community is so great. Like Rye touched upon, we have 2 dorms that fall under Stouffer. Stouffer Stove, which is right next door to the quad, and if you are a freshman, that is where you will be living. If you are an upperclassman, a transfer student, or a international student, you will likely be living in Mayer, which is catty corner, so diagonally across the street. But both dorms are part of Stouffer. You can use amenities in both dorms, and both dorms are part of the community. So you'll get to see anyone from either dorm. And this is just a really great place to make friends. A lot of my really close friends have come from Stoufferites. So it's a really good community to be a part of.
I would add that, yeah, it's a very, very, very unique community. And so every section has like a lounge, and it's like a hangout place. And pretty much every lounge at any given time is going to be filled with someone that you can just hang out with a lot of times. And you will make a really close group of friends if you put yourself out there at Stouffer. All of my closest friends live in Stouffer because we just hung out together all the time. There are spaces available in Stouffer that are going to be filled with people. I will definitely be in lounges. So if you see me in a lounge studying or doing work, I encourage you to hang out with me because that is where all of the magic happens, I guess, at Penn or at Stouffer, where you make your friends. So yeah, put yourself out there, like engage in the community, and definitely come to the events.
Yeah, for sure. We have a very tight knit group, especially the freshmen last year. Definitely my closest friends are probably included in Allison's closest friends because we all have a very large group of just the freshmen at Stouffer became very close just by hanging out in the lounges and doing all the dorms. I definitely met other people in classes, but I hang out with all my Stouffer friends so much more because I don't know, you do so much together that you just become really close. It's great.
Yeah. So again, like they touched upon, there are a lot of people that are going to be out and around in Stouffer. Besides the people whose voices you're hearing now, here are some of the other people who will be integral to your time at Stouffer. We have our house dean Nodder. He lives in Mayer, so he is across the street, and he'll host events like Catter Day, as he has 2 sweet cats that you can go to. You can kind of hang out with him. You'll see him around the dorm a lot. His office is in D section in Stouffer. And he is also an academic advisor. So if you're an incoming freshman, you might even have him as your academic advisor, which just is another way to kind of emphasize how important the Stouffer community is. We have our house coordinator, Kyle Franks. He works on the behind the scenes a lot in Stouffer. So just making sure that we have the funding and the items we need to be able to put on events for everyone. Kyle is a very big part of that. Phil and Amy Nichols are our faculty director and associate director. They live in F section in Stouffer, and they host a cookie nights every Wednesday at 10. And they're kind of like the mom and dad essentially of the dorm. They've been here for I think 20 plus years living in Stouffer as faculty directors. So they're a very, very big part of the community. Raul and Aaron Cross are 2 of our house fellows. Raul lives in Mayer on the 7th floor, and Aaron lives in Stouffer in A section. They're professors. Well, Aaron is also the director of the LGBT Center on campus, so they have prominent roles on campus and also big roles in the dorm themselves. And then we have our lovely graduate associate staff. There is 1 in each section and 1 on each floor. They will likely be contacting you at some point between now and the start of the year to kind of introduce themselves. They're all amazing people. A lot of them are carrying on from this year to next year, and they're just wonderful, wonderful to be around.
I can attest to how amazing they are because I have an interesting story. Well, first of all, they're just always around. They're always the GAs and also the every single Stouffer staff is going to be hosting some kind of event that you can go to interact with them. Like Nodder lets us go over to his house and play with his cats, and Phil and Amy do Wednesday cookies, which you'll learn about. And so last semester, I had to go to the hospital, and it was like 12 in the morning. And Yoonhee, who is a GA and a mayor now, and Tatiana, who graduated, but Yoonhee was there, and Yoonhee went with me to the hospital, and she stayed with me for like 5 hours in the waiting room. They really, really love us, and you will definitely grow to love them because they really do become your family in Stouffer. It's a really special place. Maria?
This is yours, Allison. Take it away.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay, let me look at this slide. Okay, so basically in every section of Stouffer Stouf, which is like the main building with all of the sections by letter, there is a kitchen in every single section. It has fridges. It has, one fridge per kitchen section, a microwave, desk, like table space if you want to make stuff. It has like shelves. A lot of people, if they buy pots and pans, they'll put their pots and pans on shelves. And it has a sink, so you can wash your dishes. And usually every section will have dish soap that's funded by the GA, or like the house itself. And I guess we'll talk about the bathrooms, but in a second. But basically, the bathrooms have sinks, showers. You are able to make it private by closing the door, but I'm sure we're going to talk about this in depth soon.
Also, both kitchens in the A section and the D section have a full oven, but none of the rest of them do. So,
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to try and talk louder because it sounds like my microphone maybe not be picking up quite as well. So just, I'm going to try and talk a little louder. Hopefully everything works well.
Yeah, so we've been talking about, Stouffer has these kitchens in every section that you can use. They're free to use. You don't need to register or anything about that. You can just go in the space and use them. For mayor, each of the rooms have their own individual kitchen, so there's no kind of shared kitchen space, but all floors and all sections have these communal lounge areas that Allison spoke about, where they're public access. You can use them, you can hang out, you can study in them, and they're just really to foster community. If you go to the Stouffer College House website, a lot of our amenities and things like that are on there in specifics, so you can see things about our gym, which we have on Mayor's second floor, our lovely patio, which is outside of Stouffer, where we have a lot of plants and garden vegetables and things like that, and just other things that Stouffer has that we may not have touched on in particular. And again, feel free to email any of us if you have any further questions, or drop them in the comments below, and we'll get to them later.
Oh yeah, I forgot. On the patio we have hammocks, and they're pretty great. And we also have like recreational equipment that you can ask to like rent out. Yeah.
Rye, do you want to take this, or because of your mic?
No, I can totally. I think it's fine. Hopefully it's fine. All right. So we were just talking about the kitchens, and yeah, so basically the kitchens are totally open for anyone to use in the senior section or even in other sections. I know me and my friends have cooked like a spaghetti dinner in a different section because they had like ovens and stuff. So you can use anything in the kitchen. Just be aware that you're gonna have to hand wash all your dishes because we don't have any dishwashers in Stouffer. But really, it's not that big of a deal. You get kind of used to it. So, yeah.
Yeah, and as a freshman, you likely might not be using the kitchens too much besides the communal microwave if you don't have a microwave in your room because you are required to be on a dining plan. But they are there if you maybe wanted to bake cookies one night, or you just want to have yourself a home cooked meal. But as always, they're open to anyone. I use the D-section kitchen all of the time, so you will likely see me in there if you go use it, as I'm not on the meal plan. And I think they're great kitchens, and they work well for what you need. So we do have laundry and drying machines in both Stouffer and Mayer. One of the good things about Penn is you don't have to pay for laundry, so there's no need to take a credit card or quarters. You can just bring your laundry, your detergent, dryer sheets, anything that you would use. There are clear instructions on how to use the machines, but they're pretty straightforward. They have 3 different options that you can choose from regarding the size of the load, the intensity of the wash, and then warm, cool, or hot water. Where to put your detergent and things like that are very clearly labeled. We also have dryers right next to them. Again, both units are completely free. Recommend getting yourself on a schedule for laundry because there are some times where the laundry room does fill up as there are only 6 washers and dryers in each building, I believe. Mayor might have more. So sometimes you might go and it's all full and you can either wait it out or just come back at a later time. There is the Penn mobile app that is supposed to tell you when the laundries are free, but it's been down for the last year. So I don't know if that's still going to be working, but the Penn mobile app is something that you can download if you kind of want to check on the laundry. If not, Stouffer is not a very big dorm. It's very, very easy to get to the laundry and just pop in and check on it. And for Mayer, the laundry is on the bottom floor, so you can just take the elevator down, and you've got the laundry there, no problem.
I guess
Yeah, go
laundry
ahead.
pro tip would be do not do your laundry on the weekends. Do your laundry during the week. On the weekends, everyone does their laundry and you will not have a space. So make sure you try to do it during the week. Make that your schedule.
Yeah. During the week or early in the mornings as well, even on the weekends. I do my laundry, I've done it at 9 in the morning on the weekends and usually no one's in the laundry room. So early in the day or during the week are usually best bets for laundry.
Not even late at night. Probably shouldn't do it late at night because everyone also does their laundry late at night. Because a lot of people are night owls, not only at Stouffer, but just at Penn in general. People stay up very late. So yeah, morning and during the week would be the best time to do your laundry.
And just be mindful of your laundry as well. All of the laundries and dryers, both washers and dryers, have timers on them. They're pretty true to that time. So set a timer on your phone and come back and get your laundry when it's up. Because especially at those times when it gets really busy, it gets really, really annoying if the washer's done running but no one's taken out their clothes, or the dryer's been done for a while and there's still clothes in it. People will take your clothes out and leave it on top of the washers if it's been there too long. So I really do emphasize making sure you're setting a time and going and getting your laundry when it's done. And then to the Stouffers, not the Stouffers, to the furniture in the dorms. In Stouffer, there's an extra long twin bed, a desk and a chair, a built-in closet and dresser, carpet on the floors, there are blinds, and there's also a mirror. That mirror could be hanging on the back of your door, it could be attached to the wall, or it could be hanging from your closet. These are things that come standard in any room. If you see going to the Stouffer College House website, you can see a little 3D tour of the room. If there's anything else in those rooms that's not on this list, it is not a guarantee for all rooms. If you see kind of built-in shelves or things like that, that is not a standard feature in the room, so keep that in mind. For Mayer, it is also an extra long twin bed. You get a desk and a chair, a closet and a dresser. And those are for each person. So each person, since Mayer is usually doubled, so 2 people in a room, there are 2 beds, 2 desks and chairs, and then each one gets their own closet and dresser. There's 1 sofa. Mayer has tile flooring, and then you each also get a mirror.
One thing I'd like to add about the rooms is just kind of noise levels, which I know can kind of be a thing for people. I have never had a problem with noise from other student residents coming in to my room last year, but I'm going to tell you the windows are very thin, so if you live looking out on the street, it is going to be louder because I think we have 3 hospitals around us. Is that right, guys?
Yeah, somewhere around 2 or 3 hospitals, so there are ambulances that do go by. Honestly, you get used to it, I
That's
think.
That's what I was gonna say. I used to be I had to have it silent, and I lived on a street where there was just ambulance constantly going by, and it got to the point where when I got home, I had to have more sound because you get so used to it that I'd be on phone calls and people would be like, "Are you getting pulled over?" And I'd be like, "Oh, was there a siren? Sorry, apologize." Just
I
keep going.
know.
I was
It
once
got
at like a job interview, and they're like, "Are you getting pulled over?" And I was like, "No, I'm in my room."
it got to the point for me where I also had a street side room, and guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, the windows are very, 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 very thin, and you will hear everything that happens on the street. And it like got to the point for me where, like, if I had a friend come over from a different college that was in like a suburban area and not a city, it would be like, oh man, like at random times they'd be like, oh, that siren's so loud. I'm like, what siren? I didn't even hear it. It just doesn't process in my head anymore. Oh, and a note on the rooms. They're like they are humble, I guess. For perspective. For perspective, I you can like almost so like your desk is on one wall, your bed is on the other. If you're sitting on your bed, you can almost touch your desk with your arm, but not quite. It's like that.
Yeah, so
It's
to that
okay.
point, yeah, the rooms are not ginormous, but I do have to say, for being a dorm with all singles, we do have some of the bigger singles on campus. I had a friend who lived in the quad in a single, and she could not have her desk chair out and across her room. You definitely have that kind of space in a Stouffer room.
Yeah.
Because of the shape of the dorm, some rooms will be bigger than others. So you may go to your friend's room and be like, wow, this is so much bigger than mine. That's a fault of the shape, but you have more than enough space to really get what you need in there. You can fit a lot under the beds. The beds do rise, I think, to about waist level.
Yeah.
I've had my bed raised. It's not even fully high, and I don't have bed raisers, and I can comfortably fit like a 3-drawer plastic set underneath.
Yeah.
But if you do want more storage space, you can always get bed risers and put your bed on that. I have a friend who did that in Stouffer, and she was able to fit her mini fridge under her bed.
Huh?
So yeah, she fit her mini fridge under her bed. So it's really up to you guys how you want to do your room, but you do have, I think, plenty of space. And Stouffer is also a really big community, and we encourage you to get out of your rooms. So you might not even be in your rooms that much, beyond sleeping, and if you want some like quiet study time. Noise from the street is a thing, like they said, but noise from other rooms is not really a problem. The way Stouffer's set up is there's kind of like a main area, almost like a hotel, and it has the individual doors to each of the rooms. So there's only one way into your room. If people are right outside your door, you can hear them pretty clearly. But if they're in their respective rooms, you don't hear anything.
I
My
mean,
neighbor, yeah,
I'm gonna keep it real with you folks. you you will absolutely hear things from other people's rooms. I had Maria and I lived in the same pod, which is like the same a couple of rooms that share like the same lobby, I guess, like floor. And they were all like in a circle fashion where we were all kind of in a circle around each other. I had like I had one guy who played the violin. He was great, not gonna lie. That's Patch. If you meet Patch, he's awesome. I think he's in Mare now. And then this other guy named Lance, who was like right next to me. And he would talk on the phone every single day. And his voice is very loud. And it carries, fellas. It'll carry. So, like, you will hear things from other people's rooms. I guess all I can say is pray that you don't have super loud people. And it's really not too bad. And usually people are very quiet at night when it's time to go to bed. But like during the day, you're gonna hear some stuff. Not gonna lie.
and like you can also ask people to keep it down. Again, we're a community. We understand. I've gotten messages from Allison before, like she said, we did live in the same pod, telling me to keep it down because I was talking to my friends outside my room. And like, so you can be open with people. If noise does persist and it really is problematic, and you've tried working it out, and they just keep being loud, you can always go to your GAs, and they can work on something. We really want to make this a space where you can relax and be at home. That being said, it is a dorm, so not a private house.
Also, yeah, I wanted to talk about, very good point. This is a communal living space, and that's totally okay. You just have to learn how to work with other people in your living space. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you like probably won't even, if you're like engaging with the Stouffer community, you're probably not even gonna be in your room that much. You're probably gonna be in a lounge or in the seminar room, which is the main gathering space for Stouffer residents. But yeah, there's like, I personally was, especially last semester, I personally was hardly ever in my room. I was almost always hanging out with someone in a lounge. And there will be lots of people hanging out in the lounges that will be more than welcome to have you join them and talk about weird things and stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning playing games or just talking. Whose turn is it?
Yours.
Oh, cool. So, room keys. So your pen card is going to act as your room key and your key to get into Stouffer. We have a main like entrance. Well, there's only one entrance, and it's guarded by an allied universe, whatever, Penn police officer, and you just type in your pack, which you will get when you move in, and then you scan your card, and it lets you into Stouffer, and then you just hold your key up to like a scanner on the door to let you into the main Stouffer building. And then also into your room. To get into your room, you'll also have to put in your pack number and just hold up your card to the keypad. Easy peasy. If you lose your pen card or you lock yourself out of the building, I have some interesting lockout stories. If you like, usually what's going to happen is you're going to lock your pen card in your room and you're going to forget to take it with you. So what happens then is you pray that you have shoes on and you go out to the guard, and then you ask them to give you a temporary card. You take your temporary card, get into your room, get your pen card, and go back out to the guard, give them the temporary pen card, and then they, do whatever they do to your card to make it your card again.
And I think, you have like about 5 lockout cards this semester that are completely free of charge, so you don't have to worry about having to pay if you lock your card in your room.
Unless you're extremely forgetful. Because I lost my card, I lost my card more than 5 times last semester, I'm pretty sure. One time, I locked myself out when I was taking a shower, and I had to go downstairs in my towel. And it was snowing.
Make sure you always have your card. The same thing is if anyone is living in Mayer, except you don't have to go outside, which I guess is the plus. For Mayer, you can just go downstairs to the information desk and ask for a lockout card and they'll let you in. For Stouffer, unfortunately, the way it is set up, if you do lock yourself out, you do have to exit the dorm. And we might touch on it later, but the dorm is very, very secure because of these kinds of systems. In order to get past the guard booth, you have to have a pen card, which means you have
about that later too.
Or you have to be signed in as a guest, and then to get into the Stouffer specifically, all of the doors you need to live in Stouffer or Mayer to be able to have access into the building. So that's like an extra layer of security.
Yeah, it's very
goody. I gotta talk about moving. So, moving is about how you would expect it when you have 10,000 people trying to find their way around the same space at the same time. It's a mess. It's just kind of insane because you have every student and every family all at the same time, not knowing where to go, and everyone's kind of running around like chickens with their head cut off for a while. But you figure it out. And it's kind of how I met a lot of the people the first time at Stouffer, was meeting students as we ran back and forth between buildings trying to figure out how we were supposed to get into our dorm. So It happens. You're not alone. You're gonna be fine. It'll be okay.
I guess we could give you like a play by play of what actually happens on that day. So
Well, I moved in early because of
I
Stouffer
did too.
Outdoors, so I can talk about moving in early.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about the actual like move-in day, because mine was a little bit easier because if you're moving in early for Stouffer Outdoors, you don't have as many people, but you also don't get the elevator, which really kind of sucked because there's a lot of stairs at Stouffer Stove.
Right.
So you gotta
Yeah.
be ready. But there are still going to be people to help you. They have volunteers that help with the move-in to tell you where to park and to tell you like how to get to where you're supposed to go.
Yeah.
For every move-in day, whether you're moving in early or you're moving in on time or like the actual move-in specific days, there will be people to help you figure out what you're doing. The only thing you're gonna need to do is get your pen card and your key. I don't know why it says your key on the slide, but you get your pen card, which is your key to the dorm. Um, I got mine from the quad information desk. It may change. Go to the quad information desk and they might tell you different. That's kind of what happened to me. I had to go to like 5 different places, but start the quad, see if they can give you your stuff for Stouffer, and you'll get there. Trust me.
Well, so what's gonna happen I have a feeling that your experience was pretty different because of Stouffer Outdoors.
Mhm.
And I assume if you're watching this, you're probably maybe going to Stouffer Outdoors because you're already pretty involved. But so what's gonna happen on just regular move-in day is you're gonna drive up with whomever is accompanying you. Um, and you're gonna drive up to like Spruce Street, which is the main street that Stouffer looks out on. And then there's gonna be people who are wearing move-in shirts who are gonna come up to you in your car. You're gonna roll down your window, and they're gonna ask you, like, what's your dorm room? Where are you living? Because you could either live in the quad or you could either live in Stouffer. If you drive up on Spruce Street, you're gonna say Stouffer, obviously, um, and they're gonna give you a place to park. You're gonna go park your car, and then you're gonna come back to Stouffer, and they're gonna give you a cart. Um, and they're gonna put all your stuff in there. Oh, you put all of your stuff in a big cart before you drive in park. So they're gonna be like, give us your stuff. You're gonna be like, okay, and they go to your trunk. They take out all of your stuff. They put it in a cart. They wait for you until you get back, and then they will most likely use the elevator, so you don't have to worry about carrying your cart up hella stairs. Can I say that? I don't know. Sorry.
Yes. So on that note, the elevator, the only days it's going to be running are the general freshman move-in date, which I believe is Wednesday the 21st, and then the following weekend when all of the upperclassmen are supposed to move in. Those are the only dates the service elevator in Stouffer will be running, just because it is a service elevator, so students cannot run it. So they only have certain days for that, and so if you aren't coming in on one of those days, unfortunately, you will have to go up the numerous stairs to Stouffer with your stuff. And then for Mayor,
Not
there's
too
no
bad.
elevator in the building, so you can use the elevator at all times if you're in Mayor.
Yeah, that is nice. I assume for Mayor it's the same process, driving up to Mayor and then going and parking.
Yes, both dorms face the street, so it's very, very easy to get from your car to the dorm without much hassle.
Yeah. So, and then after you get up to Stouffer, you're gonna take your cart up to your room. You will have to take your cart up just one flight of stairs if you live on the second floor. You take it up no flights of stairs if you live on the first floor. And you can tell whether you live on the first floor or the second floor by the number of your room. If it starts with a 2, you're on the second floor. If it starts with a 1, you are on the first floor. And then you just put your stuff in your room, and you're done. It's really not too bad. You're gonna get lost, but you're gonna get to know Stouffer pretty quickly.
And you'll
If you're,
see people around the dorm that like can point you in the right direction.
I
I
was
know
gonna.
when I first moved in, I ran into someone and she goes, "Oh, your room is actually right next to mine," and she pointed me where I had to go. So yeah, there will be people out and about. So like
Most
it,
likely we will be there. So
We will be there.
yeah, if you need a friendly face, if you need a familiar face, we will be there, and we are more than willing to help you move in.
yes. Okay, so yeah, so as we touched upon, Stouffer and Mayer have some of the bigger rooms on campus. They're not ginormous, but we do have a good amount of space. Again, you'll spend most of your times outside of your room, and then if you choose to continue in Stouffer and would like to go over to Mayer, or you are a new student, transfer or international, Mayer rooms are actually pretty big compared to the other dorms on campus. And it's also really nice because altogether with both Mayer and Stouffer, I think we are around 300 residents on average, which is very, very small for a college house. So we are very, very close. So room size really doesn't matter.
For additional perspective, sometimes I would do yoga in my room, like right in that space between the bed and the desk. You know, you could just like move your chair and you could do yoga in the room. So it's like not that bad. It's really workable. And if you're not, you know, a particularly bougie or picky individual, I never had problems with the size of my room, and I thought it was a perfect fit for me personally.
Yeah,
And
if you want like this room, so I'm fairly certain this was Bella's room. And if you want to like all this stuff, Bella is not here. She's another Stouffer resident that we all know. She was one of my really good friends. But what she had in this room, she had a refrigerator, she had her microwave, she had a computer, she had a rug, all her clothes, numerous tubs of shoes, and it all fit perfectly fine. And it could be all tucked away and good, and she could still walk and move, and we would sit on the floor and have conversations. My room was one of the bigger rooms, so I had a little bit more stuff. Like I kept my bike in my room, which most people don't do. We have bike racks for you to keep your bike at. I was just strange. So you have space. It's not like you're gonna be living where you can touch both hands to both walls at the same time.
Oh my
They're
god.
pretty spacious for dorm rooms.
yeah, you could also move the furniture around in the room if you don't like the way it's laid out. But we do ask that you please keep all of the furniture in the room. Don't leave it in the hallways, things like that, because no one's going to come take it away. But yeah, you can move the desk if you want it in different positions. Same thing with the bed. You can change up the layout how you wish. And yeah, like again, the size of the dorm like really doesn't matter. Because you may not think it's really big, but when it comes time to move out and you're packing, you realize just how much stuff actually was in your room.
Yeah.
And it's a whole lot more than you expected.
A note on bikes. Rye kept her bike in her room, and I think that's a great idea. You will have to carry it up the stairs, but it's whatever.
We also have a bike rack past the first guard gate if you would like to put it there as well, if not in your room.
But it's not safe there because my bike seat was stolen off of my bike.
There's also a bike rack on the patio.
So I would say my advice is to keep, if you do have a bike, you keep your bike in the bike rack that's inside of Stouffer on Stouffer patio, because there is a risk that it will be stolen outside of Stouffer, and there's very minimal risk that anything will be stolen inside of Stouffer. So just a note on that.
Yeah, but again, you don't need a bike. Penn is a very walkable campus if you haven't had the chance to visit. I don't have a bike, and I can get from one end of campus to another within 10-15 minutes walking. Just depends on your speed. So you don't need a bike, but if you want one, that said, there are bike racks all around campus. Allison, I think.
Okay, I can go off about the bathrooms because I actually watched this webinar when I was a freshman because the only thing I wanted to know was about the bathrooms because I was very concerned. So for those of you out there who are like-minded individuals, I'm going to give you the tea. And the tea is, it's really a good situation. First of all, you decide within your section how the bathrooms should be divided. I don't think we had any section that divided the bathrooms by gender. Usually that doesn't happen. They're definitely most likely going to be co-ed, depending on what you decide in your section. You hardly ever see anyone in the bathrooms, in my experience. Like max one person is either using the sink or they're in the shower or they're using the toilet.
Unless some reason it's like 2 in the morning, and then everyone seems to have to be in the bathroom at
Yeah,
around
for
2 in
some
the
reason
morning.
that's shower time. 2 a.m. is shower time for some reason. So as long as you're not a night owl, you really will not be seeing people. If you are an early riser, you really won't be seeing people. Um, and so every room can be closed to be made private. So the sink room is there's several designs that you're going to see in your section. So usually there's one room that's just sinks and you can close, it's like 3 sinks. And then you can close that door if you want privacy with the sink, whatever. Um, and then if you go down the hall a little bit, basically the bathroom is in its own separate hallway. And usually there's going to be a cool, colorful mural accompanying the bathrooms, if that's your thing. It's my
Yeah,
thing.
so
I had a big
just to
room
note
on
on the layout of Stouffer, you have a pod of rooms, which is connected by a hallway to another pod, and within that hallway connecting 2 pods is typically where you'll find the bathrooms.
Yeah.
And there will usually be 2 sets, whether that, like Allison said, is all sinks, showers, a toilet, and then one like the one photoed, or 2 as shown in the photograph where it's the shower, the sink, and the toilet all in one little area. So you have options for the bathroom. You don't have to stick to the one beside you. You can go to other ones if they're busy.
Yeah, for sure. And they're usually very, very, very clean. You're gonna get some hair in the sink, I guess, sometimes when people shave. Boys are gross.
Yeah. One of the big benefits to Stouffer is since the bathrooms are technically communal, we do have a cleaning service that comes through every morning and cleans out the bathrooms. That said, please still be tidy. Usually, I think it's about 5 to 7 people who are quote unquote sharing a bathroom area. But like Allison said, you don't really run into other people. And like worst case, if the bathrooms near you are all being used because everyone really needs the bathroom at that time, you can go to another part of Stouffer that's really close by, really easy to get to, and you'll have more bathrooms accessible to you. Rarely have I ever had to go on a wild goose chase to find a bathroom when I need it. And yeah, like Allison mentioned earlier, you can close the door to the entire bathroom area if you do not feel comfortable with someone maybe going in and using the toilet while you're taking a shower. That's completely okay. It's generally respected that if the door is closed, that means it's busy and it's private. I've never had anyone walk in on me. I like to close the door when I shower just because I like that extra layer of privacy. But that being said, the door to the shower and the door to the toilet stall also have locks on them. So even if you did have the door open, no one would be able to get to you while you were in the toilet or the shower because those doors lock individually.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of what else they might want to know about the bathrooms because this is a very crucial topic.
Yeah. I recommend don't leave your things in the bathroom. Get like a shower caddy or something to carry your stuff to and from your room to the bathroom. Just
Yeah.
if everyone was leaving their things in the bathroom, it would clutter up very fast. And then have like shower flip-flops. You can get them like anywhere for like $1, just basic flip-flops to wear when you go into the shower.
Always wear your flip-flops. Do not go into the shower without your flip-flops.
Don't like
Because you don't know what other residents are doing, and better safe than sorry.
exactly like don't go into the bathroom period without shoes on. I'm gonna confess sometimes I go around like the other areas without shoes on because I forget sometimes that it's like not my actual home, but it kind of is. But I don't know. But like, do not go into the bathroom area without shoes on. One time last year, it shocked my socks off, and I will never be the same. I saw a girl showering and coming out of the bathroom without shoes on, and it was the most horrible experience of my life. It's really, really, really gross because you are going to see all sorts of things on that floor. We have like in D section an unidentifiable stain. No, it's an A section. In A section bathroom, there's like some kind of unidentifiable stain that looks exactly like pee, but it isn't wet, and it really grosses me out. Like,
And that's the thing, it's like we know they're cleaned all the time. It's just a thing that we always do. They're clean, they're disinfected, it's fine. If you really want to go without shoes, it's a thing for us. We really recommend using shoes just for peace of mind.
but like people pee in the shower, so just keep that in mind. People still pee in the shower, and they do all sorts of things in the shower, and there's always hair on the ground. So I don't know, just take
And
that
even
in
though
mind.
the bathrooms are cleaned, they are cleaned only once a day. So if you're showering towards the end of the day, other people may have used the space. So yeah, just recommend shower shoes. They can just be basic flip-flops you bought for $1 and they'll last you the full year. Also, you'll have to bring your own towel, all of that with you into the shower. How you decide to shower is really up to you. You can either just go with your towel and come out with your towel and change in your room. If that's what you like, you can bring your clothes with you and change there. It's really your preference, whatever you're comfortable with. But again, like Stouffer is safe. I've never felt uncomfortable, and no one's going to make you feel uncomfortable. So feel free to go about your routine as you normally would as if you were at home.
Yeah, for those of you who are okay with walking around, like walking to and from your room in a towel, I did that, and I also have never felt like that was making me unsafe. Yeah, so definitely feel free to do that for sure.
Okay.
Whose turn is it? Mine?
I think it's Rye
I
because
believe
you
it's
went off
mine.
about the bathroom. Yeah, you went off about bathrooms.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so now we get to talk about house security again. Maria already kind of touched upon it. We have a 24/7 guarded entry where you give your pen card and your pack number, your PIN number. If your parents are staying, like mine came to stay for a weekend, you can give them a guest pass, but they do have to be with you to get in with that pass to get into Stouffer
Yeah.
to make sure that not random people aren't just coming in. So you have to show an ID that you do this whole process so that they can be a guest. And then as a Stoufferite, you're the only people that have access to open the doors to the actual buildings of Mayor and Stouffer, I believe. I know Stouffer for sure. You're the only residents of the house can open those doors. Because I'll have people come over for study groups and I'm like, the door's locked, I can't open it. And you're like, I'm on my way. I'll be there.
Yeah, so Stouffer's a very, very secure dorm. All of campus is pretty secure. You'll see allied security members all around campus. We have pen walk that you can call if you're walking somewhere alone and you might not feel comfortable for whatever reason. There are lights in a lot of places. So like campus is very safe. But honestly, like I never fear for my safety when I'm in the dorm. I just think it's really secure and safe. And my mom does too. So parents, they like the dorm too. There are like a lot of securities to make sure that like no one's going to come in there unexpected, and especially your own individual room. You are the only person that has access to that room. So like your friends can't get in, other residents can't get into your room. Like it is safe. And
You can't get in. It's very safe.
The
There's
what
like
can't
3
get in?
levels of security. Huh?
The what can't get in?
Oh, sometimes you yourself can't get in.
Oh.
It's that safe.
And yeah, like we touched upon, they only have one entrance. There's only one entrance to the room and it's through a hallway. This is true for both Mayor and Stouffer. All of the doors are usually in the same area. You can see all the doors, but there's only one way in or out of a room.
Is this me?
I mean, I think this is Harold who couldn't make it. So we can both go on it, I guess. Yeah.
I'm sure I have something to add anyway.
Oh, I'm sure we can all talk about the food.
Yeah. Yeah. Dining options. As you are likely a freshman or new incoming student, you are required to have a meal plan. So these are going to be very, very important to you. The closest ones to Stouffer are 1920 Commons, which is right behind Mayor, or there is McClelland Express, which is in the Quad. Commons is your kind of traditional dining hall, all you can eat. Once you swipe in with your card, you can just keep getting food and keep getting food as much as you want. And you sit there and you eat there. McClelland is an express option, and it is in the Quad, so you can just go there, swipe your card, fill up a to-go container with food, and then take it out and either eat outside of it if you want or take it back to your room. And it's also a late night option. So if dinner falls around 8 p.m., McClelland is probably your best bet just because the dining halls usually close around 8.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they're open till like midnight.
Really? I
Mhm.
never in my life went to McClellan because it freaked me out. It looks so small.
I once went to McClellan at 11 so I could have dinner that day.
What? How did
Yeah.
no one know about this? We always went to freaking Gourmet.
Yeah, and Gourmet Grocer is another option. It is right beside 1920 Commons, as well as our Amazon locker, which is a really big ticket item if you order things from Amazon.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gourmet Grocer, it's like a little grocery store where you can use your dining dollars, as well as after, I believe it is 8 p.m. On weekdays, you can do a meal equivalency. So for a
Nice.
meal swipe, you can get like a packaged sandwich, a bag of chips or yogurt, a drink, and some fruit, all for a meal swipe, which is also another great late night option.
Our Stouffer friends love to do late night option, and they'll usually get like in the group chat. A group chat is definitely going to be established for you, I guess as freshmen. But in the group chat, they'll always be like gourmet run, and then we'll just get a group together and go to gourmet and get a bunch of food, and then eat it in the lounges together and have fun, I guess. Yeah, and
There
like
are
the
also
food.
Ooh,
Go ahead.
yeah, there are also more dining options. These are just the ones that are in the immediate vicinity to Stouffer.
These
This
are also
doesn't.
ones that are in the immediate vicinity that take dining dollars. We also live right above Wawa, which is a convenience store. And you will constantly hear about Wawa runs to just go get snacks or drinks or sandwiches because they have like a little mini deli in there. It's great. We love Wawa. Wawa is the pinnacle of Stouffer.
We have a very intimate relationship with Wawa. It's usually dinner for those in need. It's literally right below us. D section lounge, which is like basically like kind of in the middle of Stouffer, is right above the Wawa, and it smells like Wawa. It smells like Wawa in the D section lounge. Like I walked into it on my first day, and I was like, Wawa? It's because yes, Wawa, it's right below you. And if you look out the D section lounge window, actually, you're gonna see the Wawa sign right in front of you. It's very close. Not only Wawa, but beneath Stouffer, there is a line of restaurants. We have Just Salad, overpriced but makes you feel healthy.
Very good.
We have what's the acai bowl place. It's that really bougie
Yeah, I
like
can't remember what it's called. We have Beijing.
I don't even remember what it's called, but it's like that like fruits. If you know what acai is or acai or however you say it, that's what that place is. It's also overpriced, but I mean, I guess if that's your thing, that's your thing.
And all of these options, they are not done with the dining plan.
Oh,
So you will be spending your own money if you want to go to them, but you also have a dining plan, so keep that in mind. And like, guys, I think we need to hurry it up a little.
I
oh,
know.
we do.
We're like not even halfway through.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Allison, I think.
Okay. So, if you get packages delivered to you, you're gonna have to go into the quad to pick them up. And when you get down there, you just give them your card, and then they'll give you your package. Um, I'm trying to think. So, like, you're not gonna remember these directions, but if you go into the quad, turn left, and then turn right, it's there. But you can definitely have someone help you find it. But that's where you go to pick up packages. If you have order your packages on Amazon, you can have them delivered to Amazon at Penn, which is right underneath Commons, which is right next to Stouffer. So that's really nice.
And if you are living in Mayer, if you're a transfer student, you will pick it up. It's in one of the high rises right behind you. It's like literally right across a little walkway, green area.
In Harnwall.
Cornwall.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, like they said, if you actually get like mail or letters, those are both found inside the dorm, either in Stouffer or Mayer. They are like little like twist locks. I don't know what they're called. So you need like a 3-digit code to open them. The way you get that is by going either to the McClellan packing room or to the Mayer front desk, and asking, like telling them your mailbox number, and they will give you the 3-digit code. Those mailboxes are a little difficult to open. So if you ever need help, like
You just learn. You just
yeah,
gotta
you
learn.
learn, but sometimes people have trouble. So feel free to like come to anyone that's in the open space and be like, hey, can you open up my mailbox? And just make sure that you have the right mailbox number, because someone asked me to have like help them with their mailbox, and after like a good like 5-10 minutes of trying, we just couldn't get it. They look at it and they're like, oh, I had the wrong mailbox number. So just make sure those are right. You can find your mailbox number and the correct mailing address on Campus Express. If you log in and go to your housing option, you will see all of those individual components.
Cool. So the AC and heat. So it is seasonal, so they do decide when you're going to change to heat and when you're going to change to AC. For me, I like to keep my room very cold. So when they turn the heat on, the AC is very good and the heat is very good. But because it's
Too
good,
good.
it's too good. So if you don't like the heat, I had my heat turned off, but if it's too hot for you, I have a fan in my room just to have it works. It's just you don't get to decide whether it's hot or cold. The university decides whether it's hot or cold for you.
Yeah. So like basically what that works is the AC will turn on and turn off with this season. So like during the fall semester, you're going to experience some heat. Oh no, my camera turned off. I need to plug in my phone. So you're going to experience some heat during the fall semester because they will not turn on the AC until like it reaches a certain temperature outside. And then the same.
Allison, you mean the spring semester? We start the fall semester with AC on, and usually switch in October to heating.
Okay,
And
yeah,
then
you're right.
in the spring we have heating, and it's usually end of April, May, when we switch to AC based on the average temperature outside. And this is just for the entire dorm. So in your room, you have a little dial of low, medium, or high for Stouffer, and you can also have it off if you don't want any of it. And then Mayor, you can adjust it as a thermostat. So that's a little bit cool. Okay, so why is Stouffer the best college house? One, this little guy, this is Sammy, our wyvern. He's our house mascot. Well, they're our house mascot. You'll see them a lot on flyers for Stouffer. They're on our flags and things like that. And they're just a cute little way to say this is Stouffer. The difference between a wyvern and a dragon is they don't have the arms. So you'll get a lot of swag with Sammy on him. And yeah, I guess again, we're like a really tight knit community. The GAs will usually do weekly office hours where they might just have popcorn or something like that, where you can just hang out with them and get to know GAs and other residents. They also might take you out, like in the bottom corner with our section. Our GA took us to go get bubble tea. And then we also do a lot of fun, different events around Stouffer.
Yeah. I think this is me.
I think so.
So Stouffer is awesome for many, many, many reasons. But one of the reasons is it's really close to a lot of the really important locations. It's right next to the quad if you have friends in the quad. It's right next to Commons, which is your main dining hall. It's like a 5-minute walk, 3-minute walk if you walk fast. I mean, it has a great dining location because you're surrounded by restaurants. And you're really close to, depending on what classes you're taking, you're really close to the biology building, the psychology building.
You're basically close to everything that's not engineering or the math, physics, and astronomy building. Those are a little bit further, but still walkable.
Yeah. So like Williams is right. I don't know if you have like your class locations or anything yet, but Williams is right on Spruce, which is the street that Stouffer is on, and that is also a very short walk. And I had a ton of classes in Williams. Yeah, it's a really.
Any problem walking anywhere, you can just put it into Google Maps, like Google the address and then put it into Google Maps, and you can get like walking directions, or you can ask like anyone around the dorm, like, hey, where's this building? I still do that. I sometimes have classes in buildings that I haven't been to, and I'll message my friends and be like, "Hey, where's this building?" And they'll tell me where I'm going.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're really close to Locust, which is the main street.
All right, so steering. Steering is kind of unique to Stouffer. It's our own little like student government. And like the students get to choose who's the president, treasurer, kind of like high school government. It's our own for our own little college house, and that's where you can like pitch ideas for events you want to do. Like if you want to go to a baseball game or go to like a theater show, I know with some of them, or just you want to like go to Chinatown and just go get dinner or something with a bunch of Stoufferites, you can pitch that and they can help you fund those things if it's decided that that's one of the events Stouffer wants to, I guess, participate in and fund. And they meet once a week every Tuesday, and it's a lot of fun. It's just a really good way to get your voice heard in the community for bigger things other than just like saying like hey to your friends in the hallway or hey to the GAs and talking about stuff there. You can like actually plan events and stuff for the house.
And one of the big things about Stouffer and steering is all the events the house puts on are completely free for residents. We don't ask anyone to pay anything, and it is thanks to our steering. So yeah, like they were saying, it's a great way to participate. Go and propose ideas. Anyone can do it really. And like it just depends on who's there, what gets voted on. If you join any clubs or on campus or any theater groups and you have a show coming up, feel free to propose it to steering, and you can get tickets for your friends who are Stoufferites to go and see you. There have been spontaneous ice cream trips that I've gotten funded through steering, and you just have to go and see what you want.
And you can also like have more than just events funded, because I'm probably like at the first steering meeting going to ask for a drying rack for the laundry room because I really, really, really want to dry my clothes. And you can ask for steering to fund things like that. That would benefit the entire house.
Yeah, so we put on a lot of events for our residents. We have Stouffer Outdoors, which we'll talk about in a little bit because you can sign up for that. Fall Fair, which is food. We have a baking competition, pumpkin painting, fun things to celebrate the fall. Boba Tea, one of our GA's park, does boba about once a month. He makes the boba and the tea himself, and it's a really, really popular event. We'll have spontaneous midnight food events. You'll just get an email one day being like midnight pancakes in an hour, and you can go if you want to. We do an international dinner series and Lunar New Year's. So we really are embracing the international options that we have available to us, and you can propose different events if you want to see them. There are weekly movie nights, GA office hours, semi-formal, which is a dance we put on at the end of the year, and it's really a chance to make it your own.
All right, so I'll talk about Stouffer Outdoors. Stouffer Outdoors is a fun event that we put on before the school year starts, before the new student orientation even starts. It's a single weekend, and we all take all the people that are going to be moving in early, and that includes both incoming freshmen and upperclassmen. All three of us will be going this year, including Harold, who you haven't seen yet. But it's just a big camping trip for one night, and we go whitewater rafting. Last year was interesting because it was raining the whole time, but it was kind of fun anyway. We have a campfire, we play games. This does, you are gonna have to pay for this because you have to pay for the extra days for spent having your dorm. Those extra couple days before NSO starts, before the official move-in day. But honestly, I think it's really worth it. It's how I met my first few friends at Stouffer. I'm still friends with them. They're still part of my main friend group. It's how you meet the GAs. It's a lot of fun. Registration's still open for 2 more weeks, I believe. It's July 30th. I'm not good at doing quick math in my head right now for dates.
A week.
Yeah, exactly 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks. I'm not good at
I
Yeah, outdoors, like Ryan was saying, is a really, really great option. If the $80 is a financial burden, please send us an email at stouffer@collegehouses.upenn.edu, and we can definitely work with you to maybe get this removed. The only thing we might ask for in exchange is you might have to do a move-in shift. So the way outdoors is formatted is if you choose to do the program, you move in on a Monday. We go from outdoors Tuesday to Wednesday and get back early Wednesday morning. And that Wednesday we return is the regular freshman move-in day. So you might be asked to kind of, once we get back and you've had a chance to settle down, to kind of hang out with the move-out staff provided by Penn and just kind of direct people. You won't have to lift anything or move anything because you're not allowed to do that. But you'll just be able to kind of welcome people to Stouffer and point them in the right direction since you would have been on campus for at least a little bit. It's a really fun experience. Like Rye said, I met her on outdoors for the first time, and even though it was raining, I like distinctly remember like her starting a fire and me holding an umbrella over the fire to get it going.
we were so proud of that moment.
Yeah, it's just a lot of really fun bonding, and you are there ahead of time and ahead of new student orientation, so you get to move in without all of the people. And it's just a really, really fun bonding event. A lot of people talk about outdoors fondly. It's whitewater rafting, and then we go to a campgrounds. If you do want to go, you can check it out on the Stouffer website. We also have there a list of items to bring. And then registration closes on the 30th, and it's a whole lot of fun. And it's a tradition. I think we've been doing it for over 20 years. So it's a really big part of like welcoming people to Stouffer. Another important thing, because Stouffer is the reigning champs, we've won it essentially almost every year, is the College House Cup. For liability reasons, this is not at all like the Harry Potter House Cup. No way, not at all, not like that. But basically, all of the college houses on campus kind of do events and kind of compete throughout the year to earn points. And whoever has those points at the end of the year gets a party thrown for the dorm, and it's a really big party, and it's really, really big for us to keep on the tradition of winning. So it was really close last year, so if anyone is interested in any events, please sign up, talk to Harold about it. There are events for everyone, whether that's sports, if that's something you're into, cake decorating, puzzle making, just showing up at events, a lot of these things that like will make a big difference and help us to win. And it's like really, really important that we have participation. And yes, and now some questions. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen so I can pull up the questions. This is our social media, if I think it's gone now. But yeah, we have our social media pages. We're on Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook, and you can keep up with all the things that Stoufferites are up to. So that's just a cool thing.
Is it Facebook live questions too, or?
Yeah, Facebook.
Okay.
If you can see them, can you see
I
the
see
question?
the YouTube ones.
Okay, yeah. Let me know. Let me get
Yeah.
through the ones that were submitted, and then we can get to the YouTube questions since you can see those, right?
I will.
The first question is, what is the best thing about living at Stouffer?
How
Definitely
can I
the people.
choose? Oh, yes, of course.
100%. It's the best.
I don't know how, but we managed to gather in Stouffer like the most down to earth, unique, interesting people. Like, I'm telling you, if you put yourself out there and allow yourself to, you will have such a close group of friends. Like, and we all love each other. This sounds super cheesy, but we really love each other. And like it's kind of just like this. On any given night, if you're sitting in the lounge and you're doing whatever physics homework, sorry for you, but if you're doing like physics,
Thanks, Allison.
Thanks, Allison.
There she is. So like, say you're sitting in the lounge, someone walks by because it's like the lounge is open to other areas in the house. They'll see you. If they know you, they'll like sit down and talk to you. And it just accumulates and accumulates until you have like 11 people and it's kind of a party and you're all talking.
And you're no longer doing homework.
You will not get homework done in the lounge most of the time. but yeah, I feel like the best thing is definitely the people, and we have a lot of events that helps you get to know the people. Yeah, all of my friends, all of my closest friends are in Stouffer. It's definitely the people.
Okay, so our next questions are about beds. What is the exact dimension of a bed in singles? It's an
I
extra
don't
long
know,
twin
like
bed.
a little bit
It's an extra long
knee
twin.
length.
Yeah, it's an
Um,
extra long twin. You can buy sheets for extra long twin at anywhere, and those will do more than enough. The exact dimensions, I don't know, but extra long twin. And
I'm
then
like 5'7". I'm 5'7", and my feet don't touch the end. I don't know. Like it's okay as long as you're not super tall.
And then should I bring my own bed risers? The beds are adjustable if you want to do that. If you want more space, you can bring your own bed risers, to each their
You
own, really.
really like it goes really high. I don't think you're gonna need to bring your own risers. It goes really high. It goes high enough to like the point where you like struggle to get onto the bed. It goes really high.
Yes. So if you are going to bring bed risers, I also recommend having like a little stool to help you get up on your bed.
Yeah.
I don't have bed risers.
Yeah.
My bed is raised all the way. And I struggle to get up, so I have a little step stool to help me. No shame in that.
I also have a step stool to get on my bed so that I could put things underneath it.
That's so funny.
What kind of floor events do you plan each week? Just as a general overview, a lot of the reoccurring weekly events that are had are usually put on by our house staff. So our faculty fellows have weekly events. Cookies is a weekly event. And then the GAs are supposed to hold office hours weekly. So those are just reoccurring constant events. And then a lot of the events we put on as manager staff. We'll give you advance notice, but they're not really kind of weekly things.
Some
You know,
Harold does
yeah.
like something. Last year Harold did something like pretty much every week. He would have he had a target audience, but he like would like plan FIFA events, like
Smash Brothers events.
video game. And oh, if you have seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, we are pretty much like a universally pro Avatar house. Last semester we watched an episode, like 3 episodes of Avatar every Wednesday. We would get together in the seminar room, and anyone who would want to see it, we would watch 3 episodes of Avatar, and then we would watch the whole series, and we watched the finale together at the end of the semester. Really amazing experience. And I'm definitely going to be planning maybe like every other week type of events, maybe weekly. Basically, there is something that's going to be happening every single week, and an email is going to be sent out to you every week that tells you what's happening. But there will be definitely something happening every week, whether it's like a brunch funded by made by a GA and in the GA section, or other things like that.
Okay, so is there a strong sense of community between the GAs and the students? Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We live in Stouffer. You will see them all of the time. They have these weekly office hours. You really do get a chance to know them, and not just the GA for your section. I like know the GAs from all the other sections. You'll see them around. Like they'll have their characteristic qualities. Yoonhee is always by the water filter getting water. Rawad is hanging out in the lounge, just chilling, studying late at night. You'll get to learn their own personalities, and they're all like amazing, amazing people.
Axel is constantly in the pool room playing pool so he could procrastinate his studies.
Yes, yes. Like I said before, the GAs are super, super here for you. Yoonhee is amazing. I love her. Jax is amazing. They're my GA in my section. But yeah, like they're going to be there for you. And if you allow yourself, you will be very, very close with the GAs. They're really like family for sure.
And on top of the weekly events that the GAs will put on, each section hosts a brunch once during the year. So you'll get together if you want to with your GA and kind of cook food for the entire dorm, which is just, I think, another nice way to get to know your GAs. How do we take out our trash? You can have trash cans. If you want one in your room, you have to bring that yourself. And then the way you take it out, outside the doors into the building for each section, there's both a trash can and a recycling bin, and that's where you should be dumping your trash once you want to get rid of it. Please don't do it in the bathroom or the kitchen.
Oh yeah, ooh. So yeah, So keep a small trash can, keep it in your room, and then put the trash outside. There is an outside bin outside of your section door, like the main section door. Please put it in there. That's a really conscientious question. They're really thinking ahead.
And then for mayor, I think there are trash cans downstairs, and I think that's where you dump them. I'm not entirely sure where you should dump your trash. No, for mayor, each floor has a trash room. Each floor has a trash room in mayor, and that is where you should dump your trash.
Okay, sorry if you're in mayor. I keep forgetting. Oh, by the way, for mayor, you have a bathroom in your room. I don't know. They probably know that.
Are there floor plans available, like the layout of each floor? I believe on the Stouffer website there is like a rough layout of the rooms. I don't know if there's like a 3D walkthrough layout of Stouffer.
I don't know if there's like a whole building layout. There's like a room layout. I don't think you're gonna have like how the hallways connect to one another though.
It's a big L.
Image for you, like a mental image, but it's like basically like there's a hallway between each pod, which is a group of rooms, and in the hallway there are bathrooms, basically.
Yeah, and it alternates like a hallway of bathrooms or like a kitchen lounge area. It's a big L. You walk in one direction and you can walk in that direction until the other room. You're not really gonna get lost. Like you just turn around if you went too far. It's not complicated once you figure it out.
Oh my God, Uni just messaged me. She said she loves me too.
Yeah. So again,
that's how close we are.
The address for mails and deliveries, we touched on it earlier, and you can also go to Campus Express and see your mailing address there. The only thing that I wouldn't use that address for is Amazon. If it's Prime and you're getting things delivered, I definitely recommend using the locker. It's just when you go to search a location, you put Amazon at Penn, and you'll get an email when your item is there with a code and a barcode, and you just go and scan it. It makes it really easy. If you don't use it, sometimes it doesn't get to you. My parents once ordered me something on Amazon and did not put the Amazon at Penn location. And I get a call like from the driver being like, I can't deliver this to you. So it's really, really important that you like check that Amazon location. And then if it's not Prime, you can just put in a regular delivery address and it'll go through our packing room. Something to note, they take a few days to sort your packages because they are getting a lot. So just because you get an email saying that it was delivered does not mean you're immediately going to get an email that day saying you have a package to pick up. It might take a day or so, but you will be notified once you have a package to pick up.
Uni wishes for me to let everyone know that she loves Maria, Rye, and Harold very much.
Thanks, Uni.
We love our TAs. So something about the mini fridge rental service seems to offer a big fridge and a microwave combo for Penn. Is there another rental service, or will summer storage take it and deliver it over the summer? For the My Micro Fridge that works with Penn, they deliver that into your room before you move in, and you can just leave it in your room. You don't have to worry about taking it out. I'm not aware of any other rental services that Penn partners with. I would really recommend that if you just want to rent it, to go with them. It's a decent sized fridge. It has a little freezer section, and you get the microwave. They'll usually be stacked on top of each other. And yeah, it's a good option. One of my best friends had it for her first year, and it's just a great little fridge microwave combo. But that being said, we do have a communal microwave in every section.
I was gonna say, don't feel stressed out if you don't have like a fridge in your room, because you're gonna have a big old fridge that is available to you and a fully functional, if dubious, working microwave in the kitchen. So don't worry if you don't have these amenities in your room. You're going to have a fridge that is very, very close to your room.
Yeah, the only thing about the communal fridge is you do want to label your things, because unfortunately there's nothing we can do from stopping someone to come and take your things.
Not gonna lie, we have thieves, all right? I'm gonna tell you straight up. We have food thieves, okay?
Yeah. So the way to prevent that is just to label your things. Also, if you are ever in need of food or anything, please feel free to talk to the staff. We do have like peanut butter and jellies, sandwiches, and things like that if like hunger is a problem for you. So like just please let some of the staff know, and we really are willing to make this accommodating for you. That being said about the fridges, don't take someone else's stuff. Label your things if you do use them. But yeah, for the My Micro Fridge, they'll drop it into the room before you get there, and they'll take it out at the end of the year, so you don't even have to worry about it. You could also get your own mini fridge. I had my own mini fridge in my room that I got myself because I didn't really want a microwave. That's also fine. And then we talked about the bathrooms already. What is meant by shared closet? I don't know anything about shared closet unless, nope.
Let's
Sorry,
check out Mayor, where we have in Mayor, if you have a double room, which we're more than likely going to have a double room. Even if you have a double, which means you each have your own bedroom, there is a single closet in the hallway. You have your own closets, but then there's also another closet in the hallway that you share between the two roommates. So, I don't know about any other type of shared closet, but I know that
And
Mayor has.
yeah, you do not have a shared closet. You have a closet that is all your own, buddy.
Okay, so now we can go to the YouTube questions. I remember the quad had mold issues. Should we be alert for anything similar in Stouffer Mayor? In Mayor, no, Mayor's relatively new. But that said, if you're ever worried about anything, submit a maintenance request. Someone will take a look at it. Stouffer, unfortunately, it is an older dorm and has not been renovated. I have not had any problems with mold or anything like that. But that being said, they're old buildings. Keep diligent. But you can always put in a request, and we're really, really good. If anything is happening in your room, we have an emergency room in Stouffer that you can move to. And the GAs will also be like really, really, really accommodating, like worst case scenario, something happens to your room.
I have strong feelings about this. The quad is like lesser. It's also like 300 years old, so you're not gonna have to worry about black mold, I'm pretty sure, in Stouffer. It's old, but it's more functional than that.
How do you recommend creating a second bedroom in the living room for Stouffer Mayor? Any tips? Yeah, if you're in there, the way it's set up is there's one bedroom with 2 beds, and then you kind of have a living area. If you want to split that up in 2 bedrooms, by all means, maybe get like a tension rod and hang a curtain or something. The only thing to keep in mind there is if your roommate is using your kitchen, you will hear it if you are in the living room bedroom. I've heard of people doing it. It's really up to you. If you want to do that, if you don't want to particularly share a bedroom with someone, but that's between you and your roommate to decide. But it's definitely doable.
And just so you know, none of us have lived in Mayor before, so you're asking questions and we're giving you our best guess, kind of just on base what we've heard. So just know there may be a better ways to do it. We haven't tried ourselves, but what Maria said sounded functional. So
Yes, I'm going into my 3rd year in Stouffer. Stouffer. Allison is going into her 2nd year in Stouffer, and Rye will be spending her 1st year in Mayor.
So we can Harold and I will be over in Mayor, and Allison and Maria will both be in Stouffer with all you freshmen.
Yes. So for Mayor, do you have private bathrooms? Yes, you do have private bathrooms. If so, will they be cleaned, or do we have to clean it ourselves? I don't believe
you have to clean them yourself.
For Mayor, so yeah, you have to clean it yourself. Provide your own toilet paper, things like that. Are we able to ship items to Stouffer in advance of check-in? If we are here early for pre-orientation sessions, does the same answer apply? I know you can mail things in advance. I don't know how long they will hold your items. So I don't know if you
for like a week.
They hold it for
about a week. So if you,
you can email them though and tell them to hold it. Because I got a package over the first day back from winter break, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be there for 3 weeks, and they're like, oh well, you can just email us and say hold this until this date. So then they'll.
I didn't know you could do that. I got a package at the beginning of the summer. Now it's gone. I'm mad.
Yeah. So you will get an email saying you have a package. If, like Bryce said, you want to keep holding that package, just reply to the email, be like, please hold the package, and keep doing that. You can do that. The way it'll work for move-in as well as pre-orientation sessions is because so many people are mailing things, besides the packaging room, there will also be a giant mail truck, like right outside Stouffer, not on Spruce, but on 38th, like this big mail truck, and you will go there and pick up your packages. If you have to mail things, go ahead. If you don't, I recommend not doing it because the line, especially on major move-in days, to get into those trucks and pick up your packages is a lot. So if you don't mind waiting.
Weekends.
Sorry, what was that, Allison?
It's also super, super long on the weekends.
Yeah, because we share a packaging room with the quad, so not only is it your stuff going there, but it's everything from the quad going there as well. So just be mindful of that, but you can definitely mail your stuff in advance. The XXX on the mailbox addresses for Stouffer, those are for you to put in your particular number. So by going to Campus Express and getting your mailbox number for so for example, 400, that would go in place of the X's. They're just placeholders on the addresses. Can we paint the walls so it doesn't look like a jail cell? Haha.
Well, it doesn't. Okay, first of all, it doesn't really feel like a jail cell. We have like an accent wall, I guess, if you know what
Yeah.
that is. Watch like House Hunters. It's like a I don't know, like I don't know, salmon. I don't know, brick. It's like a reddish color.
Mine was
Red-
tan.
Or yellow.
No, you
Mine was
color.
tan.
Yours is tan. Well,
Yeah.
it felt maybe it is tan, maybe it is yellow, but it felt like orangish reddish to me. In all honesty, it doesn't really feel like a jail cell. Maybe it will to you, but you cannot paint your walls, unfortunately. But you can hang things on your wall. You can put up curtains. You can lay down rugs.
Yeah, so no paint, no permanent holes in the wall. So command hooks are the way to go. You can't damage the walls in any way. If you have like wallpaper that you know for sure will easily peel off, I say go ahead for that, as long as you know that like the walls will be like as they were, because you could be charged for any of that. So no painting. Yeah.
And the friend I mentioned earlier, she had just that like sticky tack wallpaper stuff, and it stayed up the entire year, and it made her room look good. It was like another accent wall. It's totally viable to just get like that stuff that just sticks to the wall. You cannot glue it directly like actual wallpaper, but there is specific stuff for like dorms because companies take into consideration that we don't want to live in a jail cell. So
Yeah.
I add, bring a lamp. It is very important that you bring some secondary light, because the light fixture that you're going to have in your room are these two bulbs, and they're kind of stupid. They're kind of dumb because they are not like very bright at all, and they cast like a yellowish tint that is definitely reminiscent of a jail cell. So yeah, like bring a lamp, any kind of lamp. It really changes the room. But like also during the day, you're not even really gonna need any light, because the natural light from outside is very, very sufficient to light your room.
Yes. Oh, and we had one of our lovely viewers who currently lives in Mayor, about the shared closet thing. You only have a shared closet if you live in a double in Mayor when there's only one bedroom. And then there's technically another one, but it's outside the bedroom. So that's the only kind of shared closet situation. There are still two closets in total, but only one in the bedroom for Mayor. For Stouffer, you have your individual thing. You're not sharing with anyone because it's all singles.
even if you have a double in Stouffer, there's two closets in the room for Stouffer stove if you're living with a double.
Oh yeah, yeah. The doubles in Stouffer each have their own closet. The doubles in Mayor are the ones that might have the split situation. So that's really up to you. But yeah, so yeah, those are all the conversations I see. If you guys have any more questions, please feel free to email us. Our emails were on the first slide. We can probably send out this webinar presentation to you in an email.
Where is the slide accessible? Is it accessible somewhere?
I'll send it out in an email, and I can also post it to our Facebook page, which is Stouffer College House. And we
I
do
think
have
you
a
should
group.
put a link to the slides on the Facebook.
You're
Just like-
so smart, Allison. Yeah, so I will link the slides in the description for this video.
Yeah,
and
and we
then-
all put our emails and our contact information. Harold put his Snapchat, so if you want to text him on his Snapchat, you can do that. I definitely encourage you to email because we are very friendly, and I use a lot of smiley faces.
Yeah, and also if you're friends with us, add us on Facebook. If you're in the Stouffer 2019-2020 group chat, feel free to add us. You can also, I don't mind it, you can Facebook Messenger me if you have any problems, anything you want. I got questions last year about things, and like that's also a great way to contact us. I think the only one who doesn't have a Facebook though is Harold, so that's why his Snapchat is there.
Yeah.
Any of those ways are totally fine for me as well, and I'm assuming Allison's, because Allison's just that kind of person. It's like, just come talk to me. So Facebook
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Messenger.
If you like walk up to me in Stouffer and I don't know who you are, that is perfectly fine. Because if you recognize me, I'm more than willing to like do whatever you want, talk to you, be your friend, whatever. I'm here for you. We're all here for you. Yeah.
It is not weird to come up to us and say, I saw you on the YouTube video. Letting you know now, it's fine. You can come up and say to us that like that's where you saw us and that's how you know us. That is completely okay. No need to make it awkward. I know you're talking about this video.
Or make it awkward if you want to. Your choice.
But that's true. But I had someone like come up to me like, oh, I saw you on the YouTube video, like the live question and answer. And I was like, that's the only YouTube video I've been on. So I hope that's fun. Yeah. So yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, the webinar has been linked in the the description for this video. I just accessed it, so it's all there, and our contact information is there as well. And that's all I have. So I guess if you gals are good, we will see everyone in the fall.
We're very excited to see you.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great year. Don't worry, it'll be fantastic.
All right, I guess that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
see you in the fall.